Hello, I'm back, and I want to make a correction to something I said in the last tutorial. Apparently, I don't know what one of these things does. If I try to leave, our friend can't leave. This has something to do with the locked doors and whatnot. Actually, so I can see what effect it'll have, I'm going to talk to him from here. Let's talk with you about the rules, and we'll come down here. It's something about unlocking doors, I think. See, he will close doors after passing through. Look at this. He will unlock doors. Let's open that. Oh, wait a minute. He will not try. Okay, there's some reason he won't walk out this door. He will hold the line by not moving into doorways. Let's change that. He will not go places that require opening a door. And look what's happened here. Now, see how this window, it moves around on its own and then you can't see the letters? I hold shift and move my mouse wheel and I can scroll around inside these buggy I am GUI windows. So until it gets fixed, that's your fix or your workaround. He will not go places that require opening a door. See, I thought that if I opened the door for him that would be fine. He will open doors to reach a destination. I think we're going to have to go with that. Yep, and here he comes. So there you go. That's a deceptive... That's just deceptively written, it seems to me. But anyway, we're going to get into an actual tutorial. Let me go back to our base, and then we'll get into it. Alright, we've made it back to our base on the golf course. And I think today maybe we will talk about Cataclysm 101 as far as crafting things that you need at your base. I think the most go-to thing that any player crafts is called the Brazier. To craft, I hit Shift 7, and that is the ampersand or the ampersand, I'm not sure which one. Anyway, I want to search for what I'm looking for. I'm going to hit /. This is going to open the search window. And I'm going to search for BRAZ. And it's going to highlight here. We can craft a brazier. Now, I've been on a campaign for the last year to get people to stop saying brazier. I'm going to say it one more time. A brazier is an article of female underclothing. And a brazier contains a fire. So just so you know. What is a makeshift brazier? So if we had a bucket, we could craft one of these with a tool of hammering. I don't know why that recipe is even really in there. Because with a tool of hammering and a piece of sheet metal, you can make the actual thing. So, anyway, that is a Fabrication 1 skill. Remember, you can get that hammering quality, I think, from a makeshift hammer, or maybe even a rock. Although a rock may only have hammering of 1. But anyway, once you've got your hammering of 2 and 1 piece of sheet metal, we got the sheet metal by deconstructing a locker. Lots of other places you can get it. Alright, you put a chunk of steel on the counter. That was a byproduct of creating the brazier. The brazier also went onto the counter, I'm sure. Let's look. Yep, there it is. So I can pick that up. And I don't want to have this right next to where I'm going to craft because there will probably be emissions of smoke, which can bother us. So I'm just going to move the brazier a ways off. Remember, our crafting distance is about 6 tiles or so. So let's say we're sitting here. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, that should be fine right there. Now, in order to place the brazier, we can either open our inventory and select it, and activate it from there by hitting Enter on the Activate button. Or if we want to shortcut that process, we can hit A for apply. I do believe. Yeah, deploy item. It should prompt us to pick a direction. I'm going to pick a direction. Oh, looky there. Experimental's giving us more problems. Someone please let the devs know that it does not prompt you to place the brazier for some reason, and that is going to baffle anybody who hasn't played this game before. For sure. Alright, well now you know. So anyway, the brazier has been placed. It's right here. We're going to want a firewood source for that. This is going to make things so much easier. We have the option of, say, going over here, grabbing all of the wood products that we want to burn currently, putting it in there, setting them on fire, and then finding out that they're burning out before we're done doing what we're doing with the fire. It's a real pain in the butt. So my best advice is to use your capital Y key and add a loot zone. Hit A to add, and pick this loot zone right here, source firewood. Source for firewood and other flammable materials in this zone may be used to automatically refuel fires. This will be done to maintain light during long-running tasks such as crafting, reading, and waiting. Yes, indeed. I'm going to ignore those items when sorting. We're going to use the default name. I'll put it right beside the brazier by double-tapping enter on that square right there. Now I'm going to hit escape and save my changes. Now I need to put some wood there. So I'm going to use the / advanced inventory management thingamajiggy. And let's grab, what do we got for planks? Yeah, we got a whole bunch of planks. Let's put like 10 planks over there. I'm just tapping enter. And they're moving from look at the right panel. See, the 7 is highlighted on the number pad. I'm moving it from that direction to, look at the other panel. The 3 is highlighted. I'm moving in that direction on the other panel. See, and there they are. Then I'm going to hit / to haul everything here. / again to stop hauling. And there we go. These planks are on the firewood source zone. We can double verify that by hitting capital Y and then highlighting our source firewood. And that square is blinking, so we are correct. I should have a lighter on me. Now, there's no wood in the brazier, but if I hit apply, well, actually I think I hit E to examine the brazier. Yeah, there we go. And because I'm standing right next to it, and it's the only thing I can possibly examine, it didn't prompt me for a direction. Now I can say start a fire. Alright, there we go. Now, as the fire burns, the character will automatically move more firewood onto the brazier. So this is going to save us a lot of hassles later down the road. Now let's say we want to purify some water. I've got some containers, and I'm going to need something to boil the water in. Now we can always go and find and loot a pot. We've got a lot of options for this, and actually if you want to know all the options, hit Shift 7, this is the crafting menu, / to search, and let's look for the quality of containing. CONTA is all I really have to type. That's going to give us our containing skill. The brazier is a type of container, but so is a foil cup. Okay, let's see if it tells me. Yeah, if I make a cup out of aluminum foil, I can actually boil water in it. So there you go. You don't have any sheet metal. You got a fabrication skill of at least 1. You can make a foil cup out of 6 aluminum foil, and there's 200 on a roll, and you can heat up liquid items, or boil liquids. We can make a bowl out of wood using a fabrication of 1. The capacity of that is ½ a liter. We can make a makeshift pot. This is what I'm looking for because it has a little bit more volume. Let's see if it tells me its containing volume. Is it different? Yeah, capacity 1 liter. Doesn't hold much, but it holds just enough. It's going to tell me there. It's got level 2 boiling quality, level 1 containing quality, and level 2 food cooking quality. So there you go. If we're going to get into cooking, and our most basic implement is going to be this makeshift pot. I'm going to craft this. We're still ignoring the slimes. Eventually, we're going to have to go take out those slimes. I want to make some weapons and armor first, possibly. Now, as we do this, I'll probably go back and check the log to see. It's probably going to tell me that we put a few logs on the fire during this crafting process. Let's go look. No, we actually didn't. Now, we don't need that brazier for this crafting, but we need it for water boiling, so that's why we're doing this. Now, anything that I craft should go onto the counter right here. Let me hit G and look in that direction. Yeah, our makeshift pot went onto the counter there. We don't have to hold it in our hands. We don't have to pour anything into it, but we do need an input container and an output container for boiling water. So let's find out where we keep our containers. Okay, containers are over there. I'm going to look what we've got on the shelf. Gallon-sized zipper bags. Very handy to have. Let's grab 2 of those. Yeah. I got this tip early on playing Cataclysm. From people who told me that the most miraculous thing you can possibly have is a gallon-sized zipper bag. See how there's water down here? Let's go get water and put it in one of these gallon-sized zipper bags. What makes these things so wonderful is that in your pocket, let's look at their liters here. Let's examine the item. Okay, these have a volume of 0.07 liters and a weight of 0.04 pounds. You could carry thousands of these. Now their total capacity is 4.5 liters. So when they're full, they're going to take up more volume. But until you actually fill them up... Was there water down here? Or was that a sand pit? Could have sworn there was water on this golf course. Okay, there is a nearby pond. There may not be water on this golf course. Those are sand pits, evidently. Well, oh well. Let's go to the pond. This wall? Yeah, we can walk right over that wall. Yeah, let's walk this way. Try not to get attacked by anything. Okay, so if you have any kind of water nearby, I like to try to set up my shop right next to water, but you can't always do it. I'm going to examine the water with E. I get the option to pour it into a container, and I'm going to select one of these gallon-sized zipper bags. Okay, now there's 12 water in one of the gallon-sized zipper bags, and the other one is empty. That is important to note. It's a little bit of a hassle to go off terrain on this golf course. These bushes are hard to walk through. Okay, our fire is still going. Now, when I go to craft water, I'm going to hit Shift 7 for the crafting menu, / I'm going to type the word water. I don't have to do that. I could hit Shift 7 and go to the food tab, and it should be here. There it is. It says we need a nearby fire and a tool with boiling of 1. So we could use that foil cup, but we don't have to. Alright, so now I want to do a batch. Now we've got 12 water in that one bag, so let's do 12 water. I did a batch by tapping the B key, which is batch crafting. And what we're essentially doing, if you understand this, is we're automatically dropping planks on the brazier. The brazier is close enough to use as a crafting whatever requirement. It requires fire. Fire can be nearby. Our pot is nearby. It's sitting over there on the counter. And the water is honest with us, but it wouldn't have to be. We could be on the shelf even. Then we're going to pour this into a container. And we can pour it back in the gallon-sized zipper bag. It's hot right now, but it will cool. And so now we have a way of making safe-to-drink clean water. I don't recommend you drink the unboiled variety. There's other ways to purify water. There's water filters, there's water purification tablets, and so on. But I'm going to look again at the food tab. And it looks like we could make sausage casing. I was looking for something that required... Oh, it looks like we have flour. We can make a sourdough starter. We can boil some fiddleheads. And that's about it, because we don't have a lot of raw food ingredients. But anything that requires a nearby fire, here you go, a tool with food cooking of 2 or more and a nearby fire. That's our makeshift pot and our brazier. Indispensable for the Cataclysm. Well, I hope you've learned something from this episode. I will see you in the next one.